Hi guys, great to be here with you today. The heroes of faith we looked at so far, I think have been pretty cool, doing some amazing stuff with some varied jobs as well. But today our hero of faith is probably even cooler. Our hero of faith today is actually a spy, just like 007 from James Bond, or Carmen and Junie Cortez from Spy Kids, or Lance Sterling and Walter Beckett from Spy in Disguise. Watching those films can make it look like that being a spy would be really cool. You get all the high-tech gear, fancy cars, and in the end everything seems to go well for you. But I can tell you, although not from personal experience, or is it? That being a spy in the real world, you don't always have the most high-tech gear. You don't always have the fancy cars, and things might not always go the way you want them to. And in real life, being a spy is much more dangerous. Today our hero of faith is Rahab. She is found from Joshua's chapter 2 to chapter 6. What has just happened in the Bible up to this point is that Moses had led the Israelites out of Egypt, and they were now under the leadership of Joshua now. God had given them the land of the sea before them, but it was heavily guarded. So Joshua sent 2 spies to see what was going on and to spy out the area. They bump into Rahab, and Rahab helps them. She says in Joshua 2:9, "I know that the Lord has given you this land, and that a great fear of you has fallen on us, so that all who live in this country are melting in fear because of you." Rahab had heard all the things that God had done up to this point, that he split the Red Sea, brought the Israelites out of Egypt, and how God had given their enemies into their hands. I think Rahab at this point is in the same position a lot of people nowadays. That she heard of all the things that had happened, and she didn't put them down to coincidence. She didn't put them down to chance. That she knew about all these amazing things that are happening. And even though it doesn't say that she had an experience of God in her life, she still believed that God had done all those things. She still chose to believe that God was behind it all. She had faith in God, and she even gets a mention in the New Testament as well, in James 2, verse 25. Talking about her not just having faith, but showing her faith through her deeds. When the 2 spies came to her, she hid them. She risked her life for them and for God. Hiding the 2 spies, hiding the enemy of your people, going against her people because of her faith, that takes a lot of guts. The spies are usually brave, and Rahab is no different. She was very brave to stand up against others, and she did that because of her faith in God, and showing her faith by her deeds. As it says in James 2:17, that faith without deeds is just dead. The king even heard about these 2 spies and confronted Rahab, and she hid the 2 spies and sent the king in a different direction. But with the guards still sniffing about, she was just hoping that none of the men would sneeze, and it would have been a very scary position to be her. We can hear about all the amazing stuff that God does. We can even see it too. When Rahab did, she knew that it had to have been God. She had faith, and showing that faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. I think that is something we can learn from her. Having faith in God, but not just that, but showing your faith by your deeds. So how much are we like Rahab? Let us show our faith by our deeds, just like she did.